A cheerful morning to the respected dignitaries, management, staff, and students. A warm welcome to all of you to this webinar on critically and analytically engaging the text organized by Department of English, St. Philomena's College, Mysore. I am Amina Naushin, a second-year student from Bachelor's of Arts. I take the privilege of hosting this webinar before you all. I have always believed that hope is that stubborn thing inside of us that insists, despite all evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us. As quoted by Barack Obama, I also strongly believe that hope is a stubborn energy within us that pushes us to do the impossible or something that we had never imagined of doing. Organizing a webinar instead of a seminar, despite of being the part of the same institution, is something that we had never imagined 2 years ago. This pandemic, which has completely turned the tables, has affected millions of lives, businesses, educational institutions, work sectors, labor class, and a lot more around the globe. It has also significantly impacted our approach towards learning. So here we are today conducting a webinar instead of a seminar in order to curb the propagation of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are here today with the hope that things will perhaps get better tomorrow. Now, I would like to introduce you to the idea of discussion today. Literature is all about analyzing and criticizing. Literary criticism is an idea that we, as literature students, are trained to focus on. Literary criticism aims to analyze, interpret, and evaluate the texts created by humans at a particular moment in time and in a significant cultural ambience. The literary pieces pertaining to a particular era are one of the limited sources that we have today, which give an insight of cultural beliefs, mental state of individuals, socio-cultural relations, religious beliefs, taboos, taboos, writing styles, reading preferences, and that particular era's of area of focus. These literary pieces providing extensive information of history makes it extremely important for us to have a closer look towards them and analyze rather than just a brief study. As a literature student, it becomes a responsibility for us to critically analyze and interpret these literary pieces. In today's session, we aim to improvise our skills of analyzing and criticizing these literary pieces. Now, I take the privilege to welcome everybody present here. In their absence, I extend a warm welcome to Reverend Dr. Bernard Prakash Banis, Rector, Manager, St. Philomena's College, Mysore. A warm welcome to Reverend Father Maria Xavier, Vice Rector, St. Philomena's College, Mysore. A cordial welcome to Reverend Father John Paul R., Campus Administrator, Mysore, St. Philomena's College, Mysore. I also welcome our beloved Principal, Dr. Alphonse de Souza, St. Philomena's College, Mysore. A cheerful welcome to our special guest, speaker for the session, Dr. Vincent Alva, who is designated as the Principal of Milagres College, Kalyanpur, Udupi. I extend a warm welcome to the management of St. Philomena's College, Mysore. Good teachers bring out the best from the students. Quoting this, I extend a hearty welcome to the English Department of St. Philomena's College, Mysore. Last but not the least, a warm welcome to all the online participants who have joined the online meet in order to learn and improvise their skills. I wish you all the best, and I hope that we have a fruitful session today and learn what we expect out of this session. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Mr. Clarence to introduce the speaker of the day.
Good morning to you, dear students. I take this privilege to introduce to you the resource person of this webinar, Dr. Vincent Alva, as it was introduced by my student Amina here. He is the principal of Milagres College, Udupi. Dr. Vincent is no stranger to us. He has already handled a session previously in our college, and his inputs were well appreciated by students from across disciplines. And being a literature man himself, we thought he would be the best resource person to be conducted in our department. And given the resources that he has, given the skills uh, that he has at his disposal, I'm sure he'll be able to do justice to the webinar today. So, without much ado, I would now uh, request Professor Vincent Alva to take over.
Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Is my voice clear, or am I loud, or am I soft?
Your voice is clear, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So I am not irritating anyone with my voice. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. We need to take care of it. Otherwise, in the middle of the session, if somebody gets irritated with the voice, and that person might get irritated with the person, and that person might get irritated with the persons who have organized this webinar, because its irritation will go on and on. Uh, Good morning to you all. Unfortunately, I can't see you, and I have imaginative the person's audience in front of me, participants in front of me. They are in the form of a spirit to me. So I'm speaking to the live spirits, living spirits. That's what I believe. Once again, good morning to you. My thanks to St. Philomena College, Mysore. This is for the second time I'm being invited for webinar. And Reverend Rector, Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Principal, and all the faculty members of a great college in Mysore, that is St. Philomena College, Mysore, a very well-known college throughout Karnataka, and it has a good name and fame. Lucky are the students studying in such college. And my dear students, those who are a part of this webinar, my greetings to you. This is a pandemic period, as your one of your friends who introduced and who welcomed us all. Now, what have we lost and what have we gained during this pandemic period? That is a question that we will have to look into, or that is a question that should disturb us all the time. Have we gained more, or we have lost more? See, this pandemic has taught us a great lesson. Some people say that it has taught us negative lessons. We have every time the negative experiences. But if you hold back yourself and relax and think over the period that you have spent, is it only negative things are filled in your bucket, or can you pick out some positive things that has happened in your life due to this pandemic? If you ask me precisely and particularly, I would say this pandemic has given me the greatest experiences in my life. And that is why I'm grateful to this pandemic. Don't think that I want this pandemic to continue. Don't think that I am of, corrupt mind, saying that I am enjoying during this pandemic. Don't think like that. But I am a person, because I am a literature man. I have already started my session. I'm a literature man, and I am a person who always thinks and looks at the positive side of life, positive side of any experiences. Not that we always have in our life positive experiences, sweet experiences, good experiences. We also have the negative experiences. Now, as a literature man, man of literature, I would say, why the negative experience also can't be a positive experience? The negative, the bad experience, oh, it's very bad. I had a very bad experience with that man. But at the same time, that bad experience will teach you the good things. The negative experience will teach you the positive things. These are the aspects, or these are the things I am enriched with during this pandemic. I'm not going to go into detail about it now, but here and then I'll touch upon this pandemic, is a gift to literature. Now onwards, there might be pre-pandemic literature, post-pandemic literature. Now itself, the pandemic has been a reason, has been a stuff, has been a subject to so much of, so much of literature. So much of literature, volumes of literature have been produced, created on the subject of pandemic. Pandemic is one. Invisible virus. Invisible virus. And see, literary people will not write on the invisible virus. Literary people will write on the social menaces, the social experiences, economic experiences, political experiences, psychological experiences, historical experiences, and so on and so forth. That is the greatness, that is the worth of studying literature. That is the beauty of literature. That is the beauty which lies in studying literature. Okay? Now, I am not left with much time because I had scheduled my time till 11:30. I would continuously speak to you till 11:30 without giving you a break. My friend Clarence, we always, talk. We speak over the phone. We discuss so many things over the phone. And he, a couple of weeks back, he asked me whether I can speak to the students of optional English or major English. I said that's the one thing I like the most. Then I specifically asked him about what I should speak, because if you don't give a subject, I might speak irrelevant things which through which I would be wasting your time and my time as well. So I asked him on what matter, what should be the subject matter of my deliberation with the students. Then we sewed down the things, and we decided to concentrate on analytical skills. Okay, critical and analytical skills which a literature student should have to understand a text. I think these things are very clear to you now. I think you are very clear what I am going to speak on. I do not have a prepared, ready-made speech with me. I am a person who would speak with the experiences, and the things that are there uppermost in my mind and heart, they will come out first. Rest of the things would go to the periphery. Okay? So I would be concentrating on reading. I would be concentrating on experiencing. I would be concentrating on critically evaluating, and I would be concentrating on analyzing a text and at the end personalizing that text. Personalizing that text. You know, students, what is very important in literature or for the literature students? Can any one of you tell me, unmute the mic and tell me what is important for a literature student? You are free to talk to me. Whenever you want to talk to me, you should unmute the mic and say, excuse me, sir. That's enough. Anyone wants to share now? You feel free. I do not want to waste time here. Wait more. Okay. As and when you get some thoughts, please enrich me with your experience. Though you are very young, you also can enrich me. Because literature is not for the old or the young or the middle age. Literature is for all. Okay. Now, I don't know whether, see, I asked you a question. What is very important for a literature student? Without waiting for your
Yes,
answer. Yes, yes, please.
understanding and yes, sir.
Understanding.
Understanding and analyzing the text, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Kala
Getting
Manjari,
for the
beautiful. Thank you very much.
in
Thank you
between
very much.
meanings. Yes.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else, please? Is there anybody
So
else?
vocabulary is also very important.
What is it, Shavin?
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary is important. Okay, okay.
Excuse
Nice.
me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Vinyas.
reading
Vinay,
the
Vinay.
reading the text with historically and contextually and geographically.
Oh my God, you are a truly literature man. I'm afraid now. There are so many brainies here. Okay. Anybody else, please?
Our perspective of seeing things.
Experiencing the nature of the text.
1 minute. Jimson. Yes, Jimson.
Experiencing the nature of the text.
Experiencing the nature of the text. Blaze, you raised your voice now. It was
Our
overlapping.
perspective of our perspective of seeing things.
Our perspective of seeing things. Now, I will stop here. I will give opportunity to others to speak as and when I want you to speak, or you can too. Now, have you observed one thing? I am speaking for the past 15 minutes now. Did you observe anything strange? You can see me, right? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you see anything wrong or strange? Yeah?
A flower in your hands, sir.
A flower in my hand. Who is that? Kala? Who was speaking right now?
Yes, sir. It's myself, Kala.
Kala, when did you start observing flower in my hand?
I'm sorry, sir. I just joined now. Just now, my
Just,
teacher sent
okay.
me.
Okay. Immediately your attention went to the flower.
Yes, sir.
What is the response of others? Did you see the flower in my hand? If no, you say no. One of you. At least you, I think you see the flower in my hand now. Okay. Don't you think it is okay? There are, I mean, there are chats in chat box. The responses are coming. I don't have to. I mean, I don't know whether I am observing that. Very good. Yes. So many of you were observing now. See, it's very strange for a speaker to hold a flower in his hand and speak. I mean, some people, if I am giving a speech in a public forum and holding a flower in my hand, people might think that, oh, he's trying to attract girls towards him, right? Right? And some people might think that this man is, and I think he's gone nuts, they might think. Okay, but I could get that confidence and courage to hold a flower specifically today. Never before I had this. Maybe in my classrooms, I mean, there are some of my students who have joined. In my classroom, sometimes I do this all kind of cranky things. Now, specifically, I gathered the courage to hold the flower in my hand just to bring to your mind, young minds, that what is important, primary thing in literature is nothing but observation. You got my point? Let us not try to be Aristotle's. Let us not try to be Shakespeare's. Let us not try to be, the great literary persons. Let us try to be ourselves and let us try to enjoy literature. Let us not try to enjoy literature for the examination's sake. Let us not try to enjoy literature for the sake of others. Let us not have so many things that Jane Austen has written so many books. John Milton, even after he being blind, he wrote Paradise Lost. Let us not have that big, unconceivable dreams in our minds. Let us have small dreams. Let us observe this flower. What flower is this? What flower is this?
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Yes, hibiscus. And now, see, look at the critical evaluation. Look at the observation. First, you need to observe. Yes, thank you. Hibiscus. What is a sakura? It is called sakura. In which language it is called sakura? Oh, it's a good new word to me. Somebody said vocabulary. I think Vinay or someone said vocabulary. See, sakura. I didn't know. Okay, fine. See, look at this. I think you can see clearly, right? Some people might feel pain. Some people would feel happy looking at this flower in my hand. Some people might literally jeer at me. Some people might say that I'm insensitive. Some people say, wow, what a beautiful flower. And if somebody's favorite color is pink, oh my God, gosh, this flower should have been in my hand. And look at this. Look at the petals. Okay. Why did I say some people might think that I'm insensitive? Because this flower should have been in the plant. Why did you pluck it, Mr. Vincent? Why did you do that? Are you not insensitive? So this is literature, my students. This is literature, nothing else. This is responding. This is the responding to the observation that you have made. And some people might think, oh my God, what a beautiful flower it is. They don't go to the other side. See, every angle is important for literary perspective. Every angle is important to understand and respond. Then only literature will be born. If you don't observe, a child will be born without limbs. If you don't respond, the child will be born without, in deformity. So what is important is this, observe. That's why I thought, I was thinking, what should I do? Immediately, I called one of my administrative staff. I don't call anybody attenders here. Administrative staff. And this is from our college garden. This is from our college garden. I did, because it bloomed only today. This is today's flower. Because hibiscus live, for how many days hibiscus flower lives? Hello? Yes?
One day, sir.
One day. And some people will say, Vincent, today you are see, literature, interpretation, you see, Vincent, you are a murderer. You are a murderer. This is morning now. It is 10:30 now. And you plucked this flower from this plant. Actually, it should have had its natural death, but you have murdered. See, this is literature, dear students. You need not think much about literature. This is how analyzing literature. This is how understanding literature. Some people might say, Vincent, you see another. God will not forgive you. अरे क्या यार क्या बोलते येन ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ ಮಗ ಇದೇನು ಇದು ಹೂ ಅಲ್ವಾ? This is a flower. Yes. Do you have? When you cannot give a life to this flower, okay, what right? I am referring to John Milton here. When you do not have the capacity to fix this flower again to that particular plant from which you have plucked, what right do you have to pluck this plant and end its life? Literature. ನಾನು ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಟು ಯು, ರೈಟ್? And some people, those who are of Milton's ideologies, they might say, Vincent, you are not going to go to heaven. Why? I want to go to heaven. No, because God created this flower and you have, by plucking it from the plant, you have gone against the wish and will of God. See, I'm speaking now. I have not gone to any text. I have not opened any page of a text. I am only speaking of this about this flower, which I can go on and on for a day or two if you want, if you have the patience and time to sit with me. This is what literature is. Shall I put aside this flower from my hand? Shall I?
Yes.
Okay, yes. And I think now you are at ease to walk along with me. I think you are comfortable with me after once I spoke to you about interpreted a situation. I interpreted a situation. Okay, now come back. Another one more hour maybe. I will divide this into two parts. In the first part, I will show you some pictures. I'll present you some pictures, okay? And some lines from some play or some poems, and will speak to you, okay? And in the next part, I will present a poem to you and try to analyze that poem as I have understood. Before I start anything, can I ask you a question, simple question? I don't know on what subject I had spoken to you, or whether you were a part of that particular subject, webinar, in which I addressed last time. Now, to all the literature students, I ask first question in the first class. When they come into the first year, my question is this. You have opted for optional paper, that is major English or literature paper, okay? And English you have, at the same time major English you have, okay? Now, is that particular subject same as this subject, English? There's a difference. There's a difference. This is for language purpose. As one of my friends said, this is for vocabulary purpose. This is for language purpose. This is for usage purpose in our day-to-day life. Okay, but literature is something deep. Now, my question to you, let us not spend much time here. My question to you, one or two of you can respond. What is literature? Yeah. You are free to talk to me. You can unmute and talk to me. What is literature? What do you think literature is? Yeah. Yes. What do you think literature is?
Literature is an expression of life.
Oh, who is that? Vinayaka. Very good. Very good. To understand human beings through various, okay, very good, very good, very good. One or two more.
It's an imaginative part of.
Okay, it is imagination. Okay, it's imagination. Okay. Anybody else? One more chance to anybody? Anybody? Okay.
When you try to communicate,
One minute. Let Shavin speak now. After that, I'll come back to you.
uh,
Shavin.
so it is when someone tries to communicate a personal message to
Okay.
someone else who is listening or reading.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And who else here? George Clint. Did you try to?
Yes, sir. Literature includes that novels, poetry, that everything, sir.
Okay, okay. Here in chat box, you can't to understand you and Neha, she says, you can't separate literature from reality and fiction. There is a very thin line. We got to read between lines. Wow. I think you are really brainy, man. And at a very young age, such a young age, you know, you are wonderful. There is Sadia raising hand. Sadia, please. Sadia. Sadia, you wanted to say something. Okay, okay. See, I got beautiful responses. Lucky are the teachers, I think, teaching you. Okay, because you are right. I mean, in line to understand literature. It is experience. It is experience. What kind of experience? Whatever experience it is, whether it is connected to your life or not connected to your life, but everything is connected to you. Everything is connected. I will give you some examples now. I will make you experience those examples now, right now. Okay? For me, I'm not going to stretch much. Whenever somebody asks me what is the definition of literature, I would say literature is life. Literature is life. Whose life? The life which interests me. My life? Interest ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಪಾರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ don't think that only positive things interest me. Don't think that only richness interests me. Poverty also interests me. Don't think that only laughter and happiness interests me. Even the sorrow interests me. That is literature. Okay, experience in life, that is literature. Whatever it is, dear friends, whatever it is, if you don't experience, whether it is as your own or impersonal experiences, you cannot think of imbibing literature, you cannot think of reading literature, you cannot think of analyzing literature, because somebody said, we need to have the historical perspective, okay, and perception to read a text. Right? You are right. Absolutely right. We need to have, through experiences, we need to, for example, every person is not poor. But whenever we read the literature that touches poverty, that pains us here, because we have experienced, if not, personally, if not directly, indirectly. We have seen the people suffering. As we are walking on the roads of Mysore, we see some small kids begging. We see some people picking some food from bins. Pains us. Oh God! And for literature students, it pains us more, because we are the most sensitive people. We are the most sensitive people for the experience, for the things happening around us. Okay? Now, I told you that I'm going to give you some experiences. I'm going to live some experience right now. Okay, fine. Already told you. Girls, listen to me carefully. Girls, those who are here in this group now, Listen to me carefully. You're walking all alone. You're walking all alone. Maybe 6:37, it's a dim light, okay? It is dusk. You don't have any light. You can see, but you cannot clearly see. From the opposite direction, a male figure walks towards you. Only this much. The distance may be some 10, 20, 25 feet. Okay? What is your experience? Or first of all, do you feel anything? You need to feel, okay? To understand literature, you need to be very much alive. Some people, very impersonal, ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರೊಂದು ದೂರ ಕಳಿಸಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಬೇಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತವರನ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಂಪರ್ಸನಲ್. ಏನು ಬಂದ್ರು, ಲೆಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿ ರೈನ್, ಥಂಡರ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ದಿಸ್, ಡೆತ್ ಆರ್ ಬರ್ತ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪರ್ಸನಲ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟಚಸ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅಂತವರಿಗೆ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. Now, what is your experience, dear girls, now? What is your experience, dear girls, now? Happy?
Sir,
Frightened? Huh?
Sir, it depends on the past experiences, sir. If it's something happened in the past, or
Oh my God. Oh, yes.
and the news around us, sir.
Okay. Depends on the past experiences, depend on the surroundings. Okay. Other girls, please. I have to speak something more about this. Other girls, no responses, fine. Suddenly you come to know that he is a murderer escaped from jail. What is your experience now? I mean, all of you think, I know, but you may not be able to give responses now. But there is some experience within you now. There is some experience within you now. I'm very sure, because I have given you being frightened. Neha says, flight or fight. You are frightened. Either run away or fight. I mean, Neha or somebody, he has not come to fight with you, man. Come on. Okay? He may be passing by, but your experience, I mean, that's your experience. And you can write a beautiful story out of your experience. This is literature. You can write, you can narrate. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಎಂತ ಆಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಹಿಂಬದಿಯ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದೇವರೇ, ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾತ್ರದ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಅದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಸಾಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆರೆಸಿ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ದೇವರೇ, ನಾನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಗಡ ಆಯ್ತು. See, this is experience and this is literature. Suddenly, okay, the person who is walking happens to be John Abraham. What is the experience now? Or suddenly, that person is Yesh, he is walking in front of you. What is the experience now? What is your feeling now? Film actor. Experience changes, isn't it? If you recognize that person.
Yes, sir.
Yes? You may ask that person, hi,
Yes,
hi, and you would be so, okay? You would be so happy, and maybe you may ask,
take a selfie.
yes,
Selfie
and somebody says, Mehana says autograph, selfie, ಮತ್ತಿನ್ನೇನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಏನು ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಈ ಆಕಾಶಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಆಕಾಶಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಇಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮುರೇಗೇಣು ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಎಂತ ಖುಷಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡಿ. ಈಗ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು. Now, just 5 minutes back, people were saying fight or flight, or flight or fight. Now, You say selfie, autograph, right? Look at the experience. As somebody said, it depends on the surroundings, it depends on the past experience, and it depends on the connectivity, right? It depends on the connectivity. Same thing with the boys also. Same thing with the boys also. Now, boys might say, let me try my luck. Okay, hold on, boys. You are walking, time is same, situation is same. From in front of you, from the other side, a beautiful girl is walking towards you. What's your experience? What's your experience? You feel shy? You will cover your face? Okay, boys, already shy, already feeling shy. What is their experience? What do you think? What do you feel? Just wow, you are a saint, man. Who is that? Anthony, you are a saint. You say just wow. You don't try to speak to her. You don't try to. Okay, I don't. I mean, who is that? Neha again say beginning of awkward moments for boys. Oh, I don't know what kind of awkward moments they are.
Just stunned for a moment, sir.
Just stunned for a moment, and you would be like a stone there, right? Huh? And she happens to be, who is the latest film actress? You tell me. I don't know. I don't remember the name. The beautiful one. I don't know. Who is the most beautiful one now? Okay, any film actress now. I would say my time. Okay, there is who is that? Arey, I don't get any names now. Any? Huh? Okay, Blaze says awestruck, and he will be there. Even after the girl passes, he will be there, rooted. Okay, let me not prolong it much. Experience, situation is same. Now, when the boy comes for the girls, frightened. If he is John Abraham, so happy. If he is yes, so happy. Now for girls, whosoever girl is, whosoever she is, they are happy. they won't mind. They won't mind whether it is Pulan Devi or whether it is Kajol or Shilpa Shetty. They won't mind, just awestruck. Look at the entirely depends on our mindset. Psychology plays a major role in experiencing things and your background and your personality also. Okay, now let me try to present to you some pictures. Okay, I hope it will work out well. Just ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ I will show you 4 slides. Just the slides. ಈಗ ಆ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ, just pictures. Okay, ನಾವು ಲಿಟ್ರರಿ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಲಿಟ್ರರಿ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇನ್ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್. You think, this, I have the books here, I have this textbook with me, Fire and Rain. Have you read it? Read this, Fire and Rain? Read this by Girish Karnad. It's a beautiful text. Okay, you think that only this is literature. Come on, if you think that only this is literature, you are wrong. You are wrong. Literature is invisible. It's like spirit. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Looking at a beautiful girl and imagination, that is literature. Looking at something, a beautiful flower, I showed you this flower, that is literature. Literature need not be in the printed form. Literature can be there in the air. Literature can be there in the mind. Literature can be there in the person. Imagining about, you see a gigantic tree, you see a small plant, you see a person, you see a tall person, you see flood, you see rain, you see rocks, you see mountains, and everything. See, imagination behind it is literature. Okay, now what you need to do is, I will show you some slides. Hold on, I will maybe play that slide for 30 seconds each. There are 4 slides, and just imagine. Go on imagining. Later on, we shall pick one slide after the other. Then, see, we shall analyze. Critically analyze. That's what my friend Mr. Clarence wants you to do. That's what. Otherwise, he would definitely shout at me. You are not a good resource person, he will say. Okay, I will try to do justice to the subject that is given to me. Otherwise, I would have gone on reading this. I have this book in my mind. Nitila says, I mean, that would have been this one. So father is to blame. Do you know why father called the elders in such? If I had already conjectured that literature is only the text, printed text, there wouldn't have been a bigger fool than I am. My understanding is, see, you also agreed, I also agree, we are sailing the same boat. Literature is life experience, and nothing else. And that makes literature. Iga idralli Girish Karnad, he wrote Fire and Rain. Here he is evaluating, critically analyzing the caste system that was prevalent. He was critically evaluating the Brahminical mindset in this. And he wrote it without personal experience. Girish Karnad wouldn't have been able to produce this beautiful text of Fire and Rain. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಳೆ, ಹಿಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತ ಮೂವಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮಿತಾಬ್ ಬಚ್ಚನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜಾಕಿ ಶ್ರಾಫ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರವೀನಾ ಟಂಡನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಂತ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತ ಮೂವಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Now, this is what is literature. Now I am going to present to you. Hope I will be successful in my presentation. 1 minute. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'm good at
Yes,
presenting.
sir.
I'm good at presenting, right? Okay. See, my good friend, the girl who welcomed us, she said, pandemic has taught us so many lessons. At this age, I have learned a presentation, online presentation, conducting online classes. This is a positive thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have learned this at all. Pandemic has taught me. Okay, fine. You observe this. No comments on it now. I'm telling you one thing. On my screen, there is a literal ant running now. You will not be able to see that. Do you see that? No, you can't. You can't. Okay. Literally one ant is, I'm trying to pick it up now. Very small ant. Okay, anyway, you saw this, right? You need to observe everything, okay? Imagine. Observe and imagine. That is literature. And after that, we shall critically evaluate this. I will go to the next slide. What is this? Can you see? You can see it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Observe it. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇರಿಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಮೈಂಡ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಮೀ ಟು. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಮೀ ಟು?
Yes, sir.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ನೀವು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತರೋದಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, ಏನು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ವಾ? ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು? ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಾನು ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ವಿನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಶೋ ಯು ದಿಸ್. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಸೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್? ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು?
Yes, sir, I have seen it.
You have seen? I think many of you might have seen it in this picture. This is a picture, this is a photograph which won the prize, and it speaks a lot. My God, it speaks a lot. Today, literature is there in the form of a picture. Look at this. Nodi, I will go back. I'll go back. Oh my God, what? 1 minute, 1 minute. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಡ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ? See the mood. See the mood. Think about your mood. Concentrate on your mood. Look at the mood now. Do you carry the same mood as before when you are watching the third slide to the fourth slide?
No, sir.
Okay, I will go back to the first slide. What do you see? What do you see?
Hardworking ants.
Ants, right? Just
Hardworking
ants.
ants.
Hard-working ants, because I think you are speaking about your reading or about your experience, because ants are known for hard work. 1 second. 2, respond now. Respond. Critically respond now. See, who's, I mean, some people might, if history people or mathematics people, if you say these hands are hardworking, they will just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 hands. But see how much, dear students, just imagine, just because we are literature students, how much of freedom we have, isn't it? Are we not lucky to be literature students? How much of freedom do we have? We need no. I can see thousands of ants. Where are thousands of ants? They follow them. Because if they ask us, how can you say that they are following? See, when 9 ants follow 1, okay, why other so many hundreds and thousands ants can't follow? This is my imagination. This is my critical evaluation. What else? What else do you see? What else do you, what else comes to your mind, please? What else comes to your mind?
They are going for a buffet, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is, I tell you, this is imagination, dear students. Who says you are wrong? Who says you are wrong? No one can prove that you are wrong. They are going for a buffet. Wow, what I imagine. And maybe there is a big grand function. Okay. Can I ask that particular girl who is, that student, what buffet? What buffet you imagine now?
Maybe a grand festival or something, or a grand
Okay.
marriage to ants.
Okay. Okay. Huh. Others? Anybody else? Anybody else?
Sir, actually, they're responding in the chat box, sir.
Oh my God, I don't know. I'm I'm a dumb fool, man. You somebody can read those because mine is full. This one I can't see that chat box. You can understand? I am on the full
Yes,
screen. This
sir.
slide. You
That's okay,
can
sir. I can read it for you.
Sir,
please.
Ants
Ah,
moving together to achieve something.
okay, beautiful,
Divya says it's about unity,
beautiful.
and Devika says it's about the represents the trust on each other
Oh my God, wonderful.
and searching for the crops
Oh, very good, very good,
and
very good.
cooperation.
Very good. See, what else do you require, man? You are literature people now. Imagination itself is the foundation of literature. You don't worry about anything. If you cannot imagine, you cannot enjoy literature. See, these are all imagination. These are all imaginations. Okay, I would say that somewhere one cockroach is dead, and they have smelt it, and they are going to load or bring that cockroach back to their nest, I would say. Okay, somebody else would say the hole in which they were residing, it might have flooded, so they are on the move. And you have, somebody observed cooperation, somebody observed hard work, somebody observed they are going to collect the crop. What a beautiful imagination, you see. Okay.
Sir, not collecting the crops, especially because which means spirit of togetherness.
Yes, togetherness. Beautiful, beautiful. See, if not for you, somebody else, the man who is not at all connected with literature, he would appreciate the straight line, right? Right? He would appreciate only straight line and nothing else would come to his mind if that person is not interested in literature. And I said mathematicians might count the legs, count the parts of the body. The zoologists or botany zoologists. Okay, they might be interested in dissecting it. Okay, but we are interested in everything. We are literature people. There is no limit. There is no boundary for us. There is no boundary for us. That is why we need to be. We should feel great for being literature students. Okay, now look at this. Yes. Respond now. If there are responses on chat box, someone of you please read them for me. Respond now. Please.
It is not steel or copper glass, it is a glass, so the water can visible, sir.
Water is visible.
Sir, it can be
Okay.
interpreted.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. It can be interpreted in a half full, or we can tell half empty. Then we can tell then it is not empty. It is full of water with air.
Okay. 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 Very good. Very good. Next. Next. Anybody
So it
else?
can also deal with the life problems, sir.
Okay. Somebody else? Somebody else, please.
It has some place, so we can put something, sir.
Something more. You can add something more. Okay, fine. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Next. Next. Next.
I feel that whether it is full, half filled with water or air, well, one
Okay.
common thing what we can see is it's transparent.
It's transparent. So what a beautiful way of looking at it is, you see. Okay. Next. Next. Anybody else?
Sir, the water is so clean. So gives us.
It's incomplete.
Yes, incomplete. That's what you
Sir,
said.
glass has a shape. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, glass has a shape. So water, the view side of others, there is a shape of water because it
Okay.
is in the glass.
Yeah, see, the glass gives a shape to water. That's what you mean? Right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, okay. I am really, amused by the responses given by you people. Okay, everything, all the responses, imaginations are beautiful imaginations. No one can say no. You will have to think only this way. Come on, yeah. Some physics people might think in only one direction. This glass and half filled. Okay, and it is transferred. But we can imagine in any way we want. Okay, somebody said it's transparent. And if at all I had allowed that person to speak more, that person might have said, our life has to be transparent like this. See, look at the connection that we give to one. This is relating to things. We relate to things. Somebody said, here, our attitude is reflected here. How do we see this glass? How do we see this glass? Okay, we say this is a psychology and psychological analysis. Okay, the psychologists make use of this, and counselors make use of this. A counselor would say, psychologists would say, normally what immediately strikes to our mind, can you tell me? What immediately strikes to our mind?
Glass of water.
And this
Half
glass,
filled, half filled water.
is it half filled or half empty? Which comes first, half filled or half empty?
Half filled.
Half filled.
Empty.
Half filled, half empty. Right? Now, the psychologist or the counselor would say, come on, it is half filled. It is half filled, and there is scope for you to fill more positive attitude. If you say it's half empty, you can't see the water that is filled. You only see the emptiness. So this is how the imagination goes. This is how the response goes. This is how the observation goes. Literature. This is literature, nothing else. And some people, what a beautiful glass it is. Wow. I feel like holding it in my hand. And some people might say, see, wow, what a beautiful sketch it is. What a beautiful photography it is. Isn't it? What a beautiful shade that glass has. What a beautiful background that glass has. And it looks like, the real glass just kept on my table. Isn't it? This is imagination. Now let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. Painful, isn't it? Very, very painful. Someone of you can speak one or two sentences on this. Those who have not spoken so far. If there is someone who has not, because I know. Okay. Yes.
So here the image is expressing about the poverty.
1 minute. This girl is speaking. I don't know who is that. Doesn't matter. Yes. Continue. Girl.
Here the image is expressing the poverty and the incapable of having food, sir. So here the vulture is expecting for the baby to die and to eat it, sir. It's representing a horrible image of not having food.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else?
It's saying about the survival of the fittest.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is literature. This is literature and nothing else. See, you just see that particular girl did not speak about the baby. I mean, the one who spoke the earlier, you have beautiful, one who spoke earlier prior to this particular girl. You have, you have feelings, and literature people are the people who feel more. Okay, the other girl just now, survival of the fittest. What a beautiful imagination. See, that girl did not speak about this boy who is dying of malnutrition, of poverty, of hunger. That girl did not speak about that vulture too. Okay, next. One more.
There is no greenery on that land.
There is no greenery. Ah, that is why the boy is dying. There is no food. Food doesn't grow. Wow. Yes. Next.
Sir,
Oh, one minute. 1 minute. It was spontaneous, okay? I said, oh, why, your voice is so beautiful. And I felt as if my daughter is calling me. This is another imagination, okay? Tell me. Okay, continue, please.
so basically, this picture represents scavenging, like how humans, due to poverty, are turning into scavengers like vultures.
Yes.
And it
Repeat
represents
it.
it represents a picture where animals are being equated to human lives. So usually we
Okay.
have this idea that human lives are superior to animals, but
Okay.
because hunger makes us all equal
Okay.
and makes us scavengers of food when we are literally facing poverty.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. If yes.
This picture depicts helplessness and hopelessness, sir. The body of the
Helplessness,
boy,
hopelessness.
the body of the
Okay.
boy is so malnourished. It seems he is helpless, but when seeing the vulture keeping a watch, it seems he's waiting for the boy to perish so that it could become a food. Like it's a
Yeah.
chain.
Yes. Dear,
Fun fact: it's not a
Hello.
boy; it's a girl.
No, overlapping. One speak after the other. Okay, please.
Sir, it's not a boy; it's a girl actually from Sudan. It just
You.
shows the helplessness of war.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
actually it is a big
Ah.
mistake of human which has to
Okay.
be rectified.
What did you say?
It's a human mistake.
Okay. Human mistakes which have to be rectified. You're wonderful. I would like to speak to that girl from Sudan. Please, can you come online, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm the girl from Sudan.
See, I'm sorry, and this is literature. Okay? Me understanding you by your voice that you are a male and you asserting, no, I am not male, female. This is literature. Okay? You will have to learn a lot through literature. Okay? Coming back to this. Rectifying things. We need to rectify, otherwise, our situation will be like this. Shall we go to the next slide? I mean, if I keep this slide here, all of you will respond, and I think we will not be satisfied watching this picture for a whole day.
Sorry
We'll
for
not
the
be happy.
interruption, sir. There is
Yes,
one interesting comment in the chat box.
please.
The child is praying to get someone's help to save her from poverty. I think the
Okay.
vulture represents that poverty.
Vulture
Represents that poverty.
Okay.
I felt interesting, so I just read it out, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shall we proceed now?
Sure,
Look
sir.
at this. Look at this now. See, I want to speak, or I wanted to, I still will speak. Have you read the poem, studied the poem, Ode to the West Wind? Ode to the West Wind? ಹಲೋ, ನಾನು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆದರಬೇಡಿ.
No, sir.
No? Anyone?
No, sir.
Anyone? Ode to the West Wind?
No, sir.
ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ನವರು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ನವರು? Ode to the West Wind by P.B. Shelley. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ನೀವು ಓದದಿರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಓದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅದನ್ನ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ, ಒನ್ ಲೈನ್. ಸಿ, If winter comes, can spring be far behind? Okay? If winter comes, can spring be far behind? I will pictorially, I will show this. Okay? I will show this winter. Okay? This is winter. This represents winter. Or winter really this really? Winter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? What do you mean by winter? ಚಳಿ, ಹೊದಿಕೆ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಸ್ವೆಟರ್, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಲೂಮಿನೆಸ್, ಒನ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಳಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಿಂತ. ಉಡುಪಿ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡಗಿಂತ ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಳಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಚಳಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Have you come across come across in the sense, have you heard about the winter of the Western countries? In the Western countries, the winter, during winter, my God, for 6 months, no life, dead. People don't come out of their house. Even if they come, directly they get into their vehicle, go to the office. Literally on the road, you can't see anyone because you can't survive in that winter. And what would be the mindset? Very gloomy. Very, very gloomy. Nothing grows. Everywhere destruction. No life at all. This is winter. This is winter. Our mindset also sometimes be of, like winter. This is winter. Winter will come in your life. What is winter in your life? Winter in somebody's life is the hardships, the failures, the sorrows, okay, the irritation, the ill health. All these things are winter in somebody's life. Disgusting, getting disgusted, getting depressed. I'm worried as a principal. I'm worried about the students. I really feel for the students now. Sometimes you come to the college, sometimes you don't come to the college. Now it is lockdown. Now it is our lockdown is released. Now you have exam. Now you don't have exam. Hundreds of the circulars, orders, press statements come, and we are confused. We are living in chaos. This is winter. Now, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? ಅಂದರೆ winter ನ ನಂತರ ಬರೋದು spring. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ we are so much depressed, dejected, our mind is closed during winter. Now look at this. When this picture, previous picture, oh my God, now wow. So after every pain, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? After every pain, you will have spring, you will have happiness. I will close this now. I will close this 1 minute. I'll close the presentation. Okay, are you okay? Are you there with me? Should I continue or stop here?
Yes, sir, we are okay with this, sir.
You're okay?
Sir, we are
Okay.
there.
Okay, now let me continue now. After I tried to, what I tried till now is to bring your imagination alive, which is very, very important to analyze, to understand literature. Otherwise, in future, as you connected so many things to that particular picture, in a classroom, when a teacher conducts a class, don't just concentrate on the text. You create a picture of that text, please. Okay? For example, Nissim Ezekiel's poem, Night of the Scorpion. Have you read it?
Yes, sir, we have.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, When a teacher, okay, when a teacher speaks about or when a teacher discusses that particular poem, you just listen to that poem. Incessant rain of 20 hours, incessant rain brought that scorpion inside, and that hid be under the sack, and it bit the mother. Mother was she was writhing in pain. I mean, what is that? Are you experiencing literature? Teacher is reading and you are listening. Did you understand? The teacher will say, you will say some of, yes, sir. What did you understand? What did you understand? Did you experience? Did that picture of scorpion come to your mind? Did you experience the rain? Or in the sense, experience in the sense you can't go to that rain, you can't go to that flood and so on. You can't go to that village and so many. I mean, that's a beautiful poem, okay? And that's a beautiful poem because I have experienced that poem. I am a person living even right now. I am a person living in that particular background. I've experienced that background, that, baked mud walls, isn't it? I had a baked mud walls
Yes, sir.
house some years back. I lived in that, and I am a person, I am bit by the scorpion. I was bit by the scorpion when I was small. So many of us were bit by the scorpion, literally, and we know that pain. And when our teacher was explaining that particular poem, I used to feel like a hero. Oh, yes, scorpion, I know. Rest of some people, ಅದು ಎಂತ ಮಾರ್ರೆ scorpion ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಚೇಳು ಮಾರ್ರೆ ಚೇಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಾವು. I was feeling like a hero because I had that experience. See, it is about mother, son sitting near, son experiencing or son observing the mother's pain. ಆದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ಪಿಯನ್ ಚುಚ್ಚಿದಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆ ಅರಸಿನ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅರಸಿನ ಐ ಮೀನ್ you turmeric powder, ಅದರ paste ಮಾಡಿ she prepared that paste and she applied on that particular spot where the scorpion was bit. This is a living experience for me. That's literature for me. When this poem was read, I was so happy because I had experienced that mud baked wall and villagers coming running with the lantern, because till 2000, see, experience teaches literature. Till 2001, till 1991, I did not have electricity connection to my home. I did not have electricity connection. We used to read I did my graduation under that chimney, that candlelight, kerosene lamp. So experience is very rich. That's why I enjoy literature more. So you need to, even though you are not living in that particular, surroundings, experience. Okay, experience of that. Have that background in your mind. ಈಗ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಹೇಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಓದಬೇಕು. That's why you need to read. That's why you need to imagine. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, when teacher explains to you a poem or a text, just for the sake of the text, don't read it. Don't read the text for the sake of it. Don't read the text for the sake of it. Read the text for life. Just go. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನನಗೇನು ಲಾಭ ಇದೆ ಮಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, what profit do I have? ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? Don't you ask? Without any profit, why do you want to waste your time? Don't waste your time. Similarly, when you read a book, what do I get? I showed you this book. I can show you several books here lying here. I can pick up a book and say why I am reading that book. I'm not just reading that book. I am a fan of Shashi Tharoor. Okay, I read Shashi Tharoor extensively. Why I read Shashi Tharoor extensively? Because he is a man of letters. I read Shashi Tharoor because, thank God the scorpion picked on me, not on my son. Somebody, now mother was happy maybe when the scorpion bit me. Thank God the scorpion picked my son, not me. Of course, not that. I have a reason to, okay, I will shall little, maybe this might interest you, okay? This might interest you. See, let me speak about my life as literature. I will keep aside everything. I'll keep aside everything. Let me speak about my life as literature. Why I am so strong now? In the sense, so strong in the sense physically I am strong, yes. But mentally I am strong. Okay, nothing disturbs me because experiences have taught me, experiences have made me very strong. Why? Because of my family background, because of the poverty that I had grown up in. Okay, because ours is Clarence had visited my house, and now I have a big house. It's like you can call it a palatial house because I have built it. But earlier on the same spot, we had a very small house, and the entire area used to get flooded, and we did not have the path to walk. And this is literature that I had studied. Whenever I read about the flood and so on, it is not difficult for me to understand about that. Whenever there is some, see, aವಾಗ ನೀವು vulture and that boy, okay, dying boy, I don't feel that pain. I don't feel that pain as you feel, because once upon a time we were like that. Without food, we were like that. Of course, vulture were not there, okay, but there was no food for us to eat when we were small. And that has taught me to understand literature more. Experience has taught me understand literature more. Okay, now come back. I can go on and on speaking like that. Anyway, now I will pick up, because I will go for about 10 minutes maybe, because I have given the time for my teachers and the office people to knock at my door. After 11:30, they might knock at my door at any moment. Office work. Okay, anyway, but I will try to speak to you a little more. ಈಗ I can present, but I know how to again critically analyze the lines or text. Have you read the poem by Robert Frost, Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Can any one of you, one sentence enough, respond. I'm not going to say stopping by the woods on a snowy evening. Okay, nimge, if you want me to remind, stopping by the woods when on a snowy evening. Woods means forest. Okay, what kind of evening it was? Snowfall. There was snowfall. Stopping by the woods on a snowy evening, and the poet was riding on his horse. Wow, the Neha is very nice. She already quoted the last lines for me. Okay, speak one sentence each. Two, three of you. One sentence. If not, I will continue. Okay, I'm not going to woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Neha, she has all the things ready there. Very good, very good. Okay, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. Grasema, I don't know whether I have pronounced your name correctly. Okay. Deepa, you can speak. You have raised a hand. Should I allow you to speak? I don't know. When you are raised.
She can unmute the microphone and talk, sir.
Yeah, you can unmute the microphone and talk, please. Deepa, if you want to speak, I don't think I should allow you to raise the hand. You need not raise the hand. Just, okay, anyway, let's not waste time. I'm not going to explain that particular poem to you. This poem is, it's pregnant with meaning. It's pregnant with the life experiences And there is a beautiful warning to the humankind, to every one of us, you and me, every one of us. There is a beautiful meaning. I mean, it's a warning like. And that Neha and two, three of you, and many more of you, maybe. I didn't go to that. I didn't open that. Yes, you have, and miles to go, and so on. Okay, those last four lines, they have become world famous lines, those four lines. This is how, you critically evaluate. Let me tell you, these four lines, have become, were the most liked lines by Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru. He was always quoting those lines. Not only he, okay, all of us, even I, whenever I get a chance, I quote these lines. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. He was enjoying. And, as he was passing by the valley, the snow-filled valley, okay, that stopped him. The beauty holds you back. I just now I told you, when a girl walks in front of me, even at this age, not me. Let let me pull a younger person than I am. When a boy is there, a beautiful girl walks in front of me, of that particular boy, what would that boy do? He would stop, look at that girl, and stop. And once that beauty passes, he will pass by. Okay? Beauty has an attraction. You just, you go to, maybe, I don't know whether you have in Mysore, beautiful gardens you have. Okay. Or KSR is in Mysore, right? Yes?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah. You want people from here go, and after going to that KSR, what would you say? No, you say, wow, what a beautiful KRS, yes. What a beautiful, you will be awestruck, right? And if you go to Taj Mahal, your mouth will be wide open. Wow, what a beauty. And you don't feel like coming back. And same thing happened to the poet Robert Frost. That beauty was so eye-pricking and so attractive. He stopped there. It was evening. The horse reminds him, saying that, hey, my owner, come on, we have got miles to go before we can reach reach our place, resting place. What are you doing here? And at the end, you see, poet is reminded of his duty. Those are just for any simple reader, and the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. Here, the poet is referring to the beauty of the nature, beauty of the woods, and he is reminded that he has to cover several miles before going to sleep. Come on. If these four lines are, if you mean that the literal textual meaning is literature, you are wrong. No. As somebody said, we will have to read between the lines. We will have to mix our imagination plays a major role here, greater role here to understand literature. What imagination now? Who told you? Who told you? Oh no, I read it in a summary book, and summary book says that, woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep. That means poet is reminded of his life promises. He has to live for, come on. Are you reading this book and trying to understand those lines? No, your experience. You are growing now. I might conclude that your age is in between now 18 to 21. You sweet age of life, beautiful age of life, and life is beautiful. See, woods are lovely, dark and deep. Life is beautiful. Mysore is beautiful. The surroundings is beautiful. There are friends. Woods are and you want to be there itself. 18, 19, 21. You do not want to move. You have to move. I have miles to go before I sleep. Okay. The woods, I have promises to keep. What promises? What promises I have? I have promises that I should become a graduate. I should do my post-graduation. I should get a good job. I could have a good salary. I should set up my family. I should make my parents happy. I should build up my family. I should get married. I should have children. I should give education to my children. And see this, promises to keep. And to realize those promises, I've got miles to go before I sleep. See, there are two things in sleep. Before I realize those dreams and relax. Okay, for example, me, almost all the dreams have been realized, and I have dreams for my children now. My personal dreams I have realized. Okay, and I have now dreams for my children. Still, so death here means miles to go before I die, miles to go before I die, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. Sleep can be referred to so many things. Somebody, in a chat box dropped a message saying that death, yes, of course. Yes, before dying, I will have to realize this. See, this is literature. This is literature, nothing else. Okay, I can go on and on giving you so many examples. Okay, but time is not sufficient. You may, even if you have the time, I do not have the time now, because I was thinking that the session would start at 9:30. Doesn't matter, but one thing, before concluding, let me tell you, dear students, you should feel today that you are lucky. Okay, so to say, you are the luckiest at Philomena's college, because you are the people of imagination. You are the people of creativity. Who are more creative? I have, in this group, I have my students also. Clarence told me if I could pass the what is that? Meet link with them. I'm free to do so. So immediately I came to the college and passed. I have there one student called Blaze, and there is Jimson. Those two are the second year students, and I'm speaking about them because I know them. They are very good poets. They write beautiful poems. I can share the poems with you. See, this is create, and they're sometimes back used to say BA students are dull students, but I say literature students are most creative students because you imagine. Creativity comes only through imagination. Without imagination, there is no creativity. And from where does that creativity and imagination comes? Only through literature. Just with the blank literature, it doesn't come. You need to critically analyze literature. I analyzed 4 lines to you. I analyzed 2 lines of this poem to you. What Quote to the West Wind. Remember, those are the last lines of that poem. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? Okay, that P.B. Shelley is so much, was depressed and so much bogged down by lots of sorrows. He was feeling that as if he is dead, and he is, one or two sentences. He was watching a forest. He was in Florence. He was watching a forest, and that happened to be the day with a lot of turmoil, wind. West wind was blowing, and there was lightning, thunder, and there was a lot of chaos and commotion in the sky because the clouds were running, fleeting. Okay, and there was clouds rising from the sea, and he wrote that poem. Wow, what a beautiful power West Wind has. And West Wind is like a magician, driving away the dead leaves like a magician. Okay, as if the magician drives the dead spirit. Okay, and what does the west wind do? West wind scatters the leaves along with the seeds, and it dumps the seeds under the bed. And when it is winter, slowly the dead seeds, they sprout and life again. And P.B. Shelley says, even me, I too was like you when I was a small child. I was faster than you. I too was running up the rocks and hills and so on. But now I am heavily bogged down by worldly, troubles, this. So I am, I am bogged down, I am pressed down. You come in me, west wind. I want to be spirited once again. I want to have the same spirit. I have the dead thoughts in my mind. I have the dead thoughts in my mind. Be thee in me, and as you scatter the seeds, so you scatter these thoughts through poems to the entire world, and I too can be like you. And he says, one day it is possible, because if winter comes, can spring be far behind? To you all, dear students, my message is same. Two things. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. P.B. Shelley, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? There is pandemic now, winter now. There is virus now, there is COVID now. This is winter. But wait, one day the spring will come. Let us wait for the spring, and let us work for that spring. Not just wait. Let's work for that spring. Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy. I don't know how you liked it, and if you don't like it, Clarence will tell me, but doesn't matter. I'm happy that I spoke to you, and thanks to Philomena College management. I would like to definitely, if this was if it was non-COVID period, I would have been there addressing you. I look forward for a day coming and talking to you personally. Thanks to the management, thanks to the rector, thanks to the principal, thanks to the organizers, and a big thanks to my friend Clarence, whom I know, a very intelligent guy who had, I don't know whether you know or not, is a product of Mangalore University, and he had ranked first during his CMA, and he has submitted his doctoral thesis to Mangalore University. And very soon he will be Dr. Clarence Fernandez. Thank you very much. See, once again, I end up showing this beautiful flower. Imagine, 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 and imagination and observation is the platform, background, and the foundation to the beautiful literary journey, voyage. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Can we take a few questions if you don't mind?
Definitely, definitely.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, please drop your questions in the chat box. Since we are running short of time, I think it'll be good if we make it as early as possible. And meanwhile, you drop your questions in the chat box. I'm pasting the feedback link that has to be submitted. So kindly fill the feedback to get your certificates. So as we are expecting the questions, sir, it's almost like referring to what you said at the end of the session, waiting for the spring season. I personally feel that I think we are just out of the spring season. There's a question. Can you please suggest a few poems that could unleash our imaginative skills?
Right now, if you ask me, okay. I wanted to refer to you Wordsworth. Okay. But because of want of time, I did not speak to you on Wordsworth. Read the romantic poems of romantic period, okay, which speaks a lot about the importance of nurturing nature And if at all we are facing bad times, it is because we are insensitive towards nature. Read Wordsworth. Read the romantic poems. Read the romantic poems. And one who, can you please suggest, am I right in pronouncing Gracima? How is it? Anyway, you read romantic poems, and yeah, and I will suggest some poems through Clarence to you, and you meet Clarence, you also will be able to, and your teachers, department teachers. I know only Clarence. I know you have very good teachers there. You meet them, and they will be able to suggest you. And it's not that literature students, English literature students, should read only English. Okay, you read the literature of other languages also. That is how you become rich. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish that we need to read only English. No, see, I read Kannada more than I read English, but not less. I don't read English less, but I read Kannada more than I read English, but I don't read English less. You should understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, read the story. I mean, I don't know whether you read or not. Those who how to start reading? You said not only poems, okay, and Resima, not only poems. To unleash the imaginative skills, you read stories, short stories. Okay, if you do not have the patience of reading long novels, read short stories. It's not that you will have to end the stories now itself. I mean, you take you take a day to read a page, no problem. You need to have a book in your hand. Whenever you have a time, okay, read 4 lines. Who would pressurize you that you should read the whole story a day? This is how you see. And one more thing to you students, what I do is, wherever I lay my hand, I will get a book. Here itself, I will show you. This is my office. I have books there. I have books here. Okay, I have books on my table, if you can see. Okay, wherever, I don't know what book. I don't know. But I will read because I have continued. At one time, I will read 4 or 5 books. I'm not reading this book for my examination. Okay, I will read this Nithila whenever Fire and Rain, whenever I want a passage. Because I have read this book for not less than 10 times. And I don't read it now, but I read. Open the book, read a passage. Wow, what a beautiful experience I get. This is what we need to do to unleash our imaginative skills, okay? Good, yes.
Any more questions from the participants? I think no more questions. Sir, to be frank, on a serious note, it was a pleasure attending your session.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being with us for almost 2
so
hours,
much.
for sharing
Thank
your
you.
thoughts,
Thank
sharing your
you.
ideas of literature.
Thank you.
Hoping to have that one spring season that you come to our PHILOMENA'S college to have a session with our students.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
I just want to respond to one Mohammed Saad.
Is
He
reading
said,
novels alongside a dictionary suggestible?
for God's sake, keep the dictionary away when you read stories or when you read novels for the sake of reading, okay, enjoying, okay, because in the sentence itself you have the meaning. Don't go to look for a particular meaning of a particular word. You don't want that. Okay, if that sentence, a word you don't understand in that sentence, when you read the next sentence you will understand, because when you read the novel you need to understand only the context and storyline and not the vocabulary, not the words. Okay, you got me? But if you are reading a text, okay, for analyzing linguistically or in other way, if you are going to the word by word analysis, of course you need to have the, have the help of the dictionary. And one more thing, remember, learn a word every day and write 3 4, keep a book. I have a book here even today. I have an app here in this. Okay, I didn't open today's. I have an app here, and see, today's word is ruminate. I know already the meaning of ruminate, and that ruminate is meditate. Did you know that word, ruminate? I mean, some of you might ruminate, meditate, ponder. So today onwards, I would be using, what are you ruminating, man? Meditating, pondering. I am pondering. I am ruminating, ruminate. This is how we improve our vocabulary. Thank you so much, sir. You can continue. No more interruption. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being with us for almost 2 hours. Hoping to see you in the campus very soon. Hope, this critical situation will end soon, so that we can have sessions like this in our college campus. So I take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of St. Philomena's College, on behalf of the department, and on behalf of all the people who are present here and all the participants online. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you one and all. The participants, kindly submit your feedbacks as early as possible. Hope to see you all soon. Be safe, stay safe. I would say that enjoy the lockdown well. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much.